Hello there everyone, hi, welcome to today's video. If you do not follow me on Instagram or you haven't figured it out yet by the title of this video, well, my news is that I am pregnant. Yeah, that's the exciting news that I have. I'm pregnant, super exciting, I'm super happy, and I'm glad that I finally get to be sharing this with everybody because I have waited until the end of my first trimester to say anything, like so many people do. That's just what felt right to us. I totally respect people that choose to publicize this news earlier, but I just didn't feel right with that decision, so I waited and now I'm sharing it with all of you. So if you were wondering why I haven't really been posting very much the past couple of months, that is the reason why. In this video today, I just want to sort of go over like a little first trimester update, just tell you all how I've been feeling, what's been going on with me, talk about the fact that I've been feeling really sick. And I really just want to say first off that I am very excited about this pregnancy. It's something my husband and I really wanted. And in this video, I am going to be complaining a little bit, I think, because I've been feeling incredibly sick and having a really difficult first trimester. But I just want to say, even though I'm complaining a lot in this video and talking about the negative things about the pregnancy, I really am very happy about it. And I just want to clarify that first off. In this video, I am not going to talk about the first couple of weeks of my pregnancy, before I knew that I was pregnant, because I think I want to make a video completely about the symptoms that I had before I took a pregnancy test, how I kind of knew I was pregnant before I found out I was pregnant, because I really had a lot of symptoms. And I know in those couple of weeks before you can test, I know that I was on the internet searching intensely what were your symptoms when you didn't know you were pregnant yet in the first couple weeks of pregnancy. And so I thought I would make a video just dedicated to that. So this video is all about how I've been feeling basically the past 2 months, the last 2 months of my first trimester. So with that all said, if you are curious about any of that, let's get into it. So when I first found out that I was pregnant, after I tested, I had maybe I don't know, a week-ish where I felt okay. And then I started feeling really sick. To the point where I was waking up and throwing up in the morning, where I just didn't want to eat anything, where just everything would make me gag. It was just awful. I felt extremely ill. So I was told by a bunch of different people and by the internet that the right thing to do was to start taking a vitamin supplement of B6. Because apparently that's the best thing that you can do before going to prescription medications. It's the best, more natural thing that you can do to try to stop pregnancy nausea. So that's what I did, and it took about a week, maybe 10 days to work. And those couple of weeks before the B6 was working were just incredibly hard. I couldn't go to work, I had to call in sick. It was just awful. It's really weird because you go from this moment of extreme happiness finding out that you're pregnant to just feeling complete trash. It's just a really weird emotional roller coaster, and it was just really hard. So while I was really happy that I was pregnant, I felt incredibly frustrated about my pregnancy, if that makes sense. Once the B6 vitamin supplement started working, I did definitely start to feel better. I still didn't feel great, and even now, a couple months later, I still don't feel great. I still have moments or even days that are bad where I feel really sick. I still will avoid brushing my teeth for longer periods of time in the morning and in the evening because I know that when I put the toothbrush in my mouth, it's gonna make me gag. I'm a person that really likes to floss my teeth, and I've really not been able to floss my teeth as much as I normally would because just having my fingers in my mouth, it just makes me gag, and it's just a horrible feeling. Just talking about it right now, I'm making myself feel sick. Even things like talking for a long time, if I'm on the phone with someone having a long conversation, I'll start to get nauseous, because of my own tongue in my mouth. Some days are better than others, which is why today I decided to film this video. I actually wanted to film this yesterday, and I couldn't because I was feeling nauseous every time I would sit down to talk for a long time. I would start to gag. I have been told that the first trimester is absolutely the worst for sickness, and usually by weeks 14 or 15 or so, you'll start to feel better. So I am really hoping for that. I have my fingers crossed. Please let me feel better in a couple of weeks because it's just so frustrating to feel like this because I feel nervous about feeling sick. Like I have anxiety about feeling sick, and you know, I'm going to work now again, but then when I'm at work, I'm getting stressed out that I'm gonna be sick at work, and it's just like, it's just not fun, basically. Especially when you're pregnant and you wanna be really excited and really happy and you're sharing this great news, and then you're just like feeling like crappy. It's just kind of a bummer. Other than feeling physically sick, I have had a few other sort of intense symptoms. One of them just being that I'm extremely tired. Like my body is using so much energy to create this baby that I just feel tired all the time. No matter how much sleep I get, I could always take a nap. And that's not normal for me. Like usually if I sleep in late in the morning, I'll have a hard time falling asleep in the evening, and that hasn't been the case. I can pretty much always fall asleep. I can also sleep for like 11 hours or something. Like I've been sleeping like 10 hours a night, which is just a ridiculous amount of sleep. Normally I would sleep 8 hours and my body would wake itself up and I would feel totally fine to go about my day. But in the past couple months, I'm sleeping so much. And obviously I'm really lucky and privileged that I can allow myself to sleep in like that. I don't work a full-time job, so I can get away with this, but it's just really funny to me because I won't set an alarm and I'll just let myself sleep, and I'll wake up and it'll be like 10 o'clock or something when I went to bed at like 10 o'clock, and I'm just totally shocked by that. Also, everything is exhausting to me. Everything feels like a chore. Even if I walk to work, like I'll walk 15 minutes to work and I'll just work a couple of hours and I'll walk 15 minutes home. I work at a cafe, so I'm standing on my feet, but that is really only, you know, a few hours of standing and walking. And by the time I get home, I am so dead tired. Like I feel like I could just pass out. And I wasn't extremely active before I was pregnant, but I would say I was like relatively active. Like I would work out, I would lift weights a little bit, like nothing intense, but I definitely was getting enough exercise and I was moving my body a good amount. And yeah, this is just like to not be able to do that. Like I can't really work out. Like I just get so tired and it takes so much longer for my muscles to like regenerate. Like I tried to lift weights for the first time about a week or so ago, and I was sore for like 4 days after, which is just ridiculous for me because, you know, I did like an eighth of the amount of weight and length of time that I normally would for that kind of workout. And yeah, it's just crazy to me that I have no energy. I also cannot remember anything. Like I have zero memory capabilities, which is really, really weird. Like my husband will tell me something or my friend will tell me something on the phone and I will just completely forget it. Like just have zero recollection of them ever telling me this information, which isn't normal for me because I'm usually pretty good about remembering stuff. And obviously my brain just can't handle this extra information right now, which is funny and also really frustrating. And I've also been super, super over emotional, like getting upset over things that I normally wouldn't get upset over, getting frustrated really easily, just like as if, you know, I'm saying like my body is physically tired, but it's like my mind, like my emotional capabilities are also tired. And so everything feels a lot harder than it normally would. And like my poor husband is obviously suffering because of this because I'm acting totally irrational, but can't handle it. And he has to not tell me I'm being irrational because then I'll get even more upset. So he's doing a really good job of being really careful and cautious with me, but I know that I need to also be thoughtful about the fact that I'm being over emotional and oversensitive and stuff right now. The other sort of weird things that I've had happening are my food cravings and food aversions. I thought this was like, whenever I heard people talk about this during their pregnancies, I always sort of thought this was like they were maybe like being dramatic about it or like just over exaggerating a little bit, but no, it is so real. Like I'm not usually a fruity person. Like I don't usually crave fruit. Like I really don't even eat that much fruit actually. And I usually much prefer like protein and like hearty, like dense foods. Normally I really love protein. I really love tofu, like grilled tofu, like oily tofu. I love like baked potatoes, stuff like that. And lately I haven't been craving that at all. All I want to eat is fruit. Like I'm eating maybe like 3 or 4 little tangerines, like mandarins, satsumas, whatever they're called, you know, the small orange, tiny orange things. I've been eating so many of those every single day. I've been eating a lot of grapes. and also fruit flavored candy, like gummy candies, I've really been enjoying. And things like protein, I have no desire for at all. Like, I don't really want to eat protein. Like, I'm someone who loves tofu, and I just have no interest in tofu at all whatsoever. The other things I really want to eat are just like bread and butter and bread and cheese. Like, if I could eat toast with cream cheese for every meal of every day, I happily would. All of this pregnancy stuff is just so amazing to me. Like, I am a person who always wanted to be pregnant. I've always wanted to have a baby. Even when I was a little kid, if someone would have said to me, what do you want to be when you grow up? My answer was always a mommy, because I always wanted to be a mom. I always wanted to be pregnant. I always loved babies. All of my favorite jobs I ever had, even as a teenager, were babysitting jobs and working in daycare centers, because I just love kids so much. And being pregnant and having a baby, it really, as cliche as it sounds, it's actually like a dream come true. And I feel incredibly happy and super, super excited to be making a baby right now. As just like insane as it sounds, I still can't wrap my head around it. Every day my belly starts to feel like a little bit bigger. I have a little baby bump now, and it starts to feel more and more real. And yeah, it's just, it's totally mind-blowing. I still can't really get over it. Also, being able to go to the doctor and see the baby on the ultrasound and see the baby moving around, it's just totally amazing. So anyways, I think that is all I have for this video today. If you did enjoy it, please hit the like button and comment below and let me know if you are pregnant, or if you were pregnant, what you dealt with in your first trimester, or maybe what your partner dealt with in their first trimester. And yeah, I am going to be making a lot more videos, I think, about my pregnancy. I'm gonna make one about my symptoms in the very beginning, like how I knew I was pregnant, and I'm gonna try to be better about posting more regularly and keeping you all updated on what's going on. And yeah, if you want to see more about my pregnancy, I'm gonna be probably posting a bit more on Instagram. I'll do some like bump updates on Instagram. A lot of people have been telling me that I also need to do this on TikTok, but I don't know if I can handle that many social media platforms, so I will do my best. And if you have any ideas or things you would like to hear from me or like to see from me about my pregnancy, about a pregnancy in a foreign country because I live in Germany, please comment below and let me know, because then maybe I will make those types of videos for you. So yeah, I guess that's it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!